So, question number 8. How can we continue choosing forgiveness when painful memories return?
I wrote a note here and I'm trying to find where I had put it about this lady. I should have highlighted it, but it was such a long chapter. So we're doing question number 8, right?
Yeah.
So I think that forgiveness is, again, right? Repetition is repeated obedience because we have to continuously be forgiving over and over and over. It's not like how she said in the beginning of the chapters, pretending that that memory is gone, it disappeared. Like even Corey Ten Boom with this whole Holocaust situation, she says that the moment she saw him and he asked her for forgiveness, that all the memories came flooding back. But I think that the important thing is to refuse to allow those memories and that pain to rule your heart and control your emotions. There is this lady, I forgot her name. I put a note here that says that she said, "I distinctly remember forgetting it." And I thought that was funny because she intentionally refused to keep like reliving the old offenses. And I'm the opposite because I will try to replay and remember everything to the last detail, to the year, the time, who was there, who said what. And it's like I'll start crying all over again.
Yeah.
But then she says, like, I distinctly remember forgetting it. And we have to be more like that when those painful memories return. Don't start like reliving the situation and replaying the offenses. Like we have to, again, repeat to choose to give it to Jesus over and over and over again, as many times as we need to bring it to Him. And we need to, pray and tell the Lord, Lord, like this is still hurting me. Like, this is still painful, but I'm going to trust you with it because I know that in my hands, I'm going to make a mess, Jesus. I'm going to throw this out like how you were saying, be the person that throws that sin back in that person's face that is trying to move on and is trying to heal. And here I am now causing them to go back to that, right? And we need to look at Jesus's grace, not only sufficient, because it says that my grace is sufficient, right? So if I read that and Jesus is telling me that his grace is sufficient, it's not only sufficient on the first day that I'm forgiving. His grace is sufficient every day and every day after that, like 70 times 7, over and over and over and over and over again.
Exactly. As soon as I read the question, I thought it's funny how it's always we go back to what we've kind of already said. How do we
Mhm.
continue choosing forgiveness when painful memories return? Number one, I just went back to think of what we just discussed the question before, which is
Mhm.
the point that you made that I said that's what's gonna help me, what Zohaira just said, thinking of how can I forgive when the painful memories return? Well, wait a minute. Instead of remembering the painful memory, why don't I just remember that Jesus forgave people while he was there on the cross in so much pain? That
That part.
right? That's all. So that's what I think. How am I going to continue choosing forgiveness? I'm going to continue choosing forgiveness because I have to remember what Jesus did for us. I have to remember that he forgave to his last breath. And when I put my eyes on things above, how Colossians told us, there's no
Yes.
other choice but to forgive. And we don't have to keep on rewinding and playing things back. In the chapter where you were saying they talked about the 70 times 7 again, but I
Mhm.
love the part that we didn't discuss. I don't think I can find it now, but there was
I
a
know
part
I'm looking for it because that's where it was, where she said that. And I'm like, now I can't find it.
and I saw it as well, and then I wanted as I was looking for it, I found another part which I loved where it said, because you know how sometimes when people are throwing things in our face about our past, well, I loved the story in chapter 5 where it said, Jesus throws your sin and forgives you and throws it deep down in the ocean and covers it with the ocean
Right.
sand and the rocks and everything. And she says, I know it doesn't say this in the Bible, but I think he even places a no fishing sign. And
Yes.
I loved that part because it's like God already forgave me and there's a no fishing sign there. So you can't throw the bait and try to keep pulling that
Amen.
up, you know? Sorry, it no longer exists. It's buried in the depths of the ocean and there's no fishing allowed here. So I think that that's how I can continue to choose forgiveness when memories arise because I am remembering that Jesus has forgiven everything I've ever done, thrown it to the depths of the ocean, and has forgotten my sin. So that's why I'm going to continue forgiving because if I can be forgiven for everything, and Jesus doesn't even remember, like, remember last chapter when that guy was trying to get the lady trick her and being like, "Oh, you talk to God at night, you dream? Well, ask him the sin
Yeah.
I did." And she said, "Well, Jesus told me he forgot." So I think that's what's
It
gonna help me forgive when I think of painful memories. I'm just gonna remember, no, it's buried. All these painful memories, all these sinful things, anything that's toxic, anything that's bad, not only am I gonna bury my sins, I'm gonna bury all these toxic memories. I'm gonna bury anything negative in my life. There is no need to continue replaying. Guess what? That's why I don't even listen to regular music anymore because even when we
100%.
play regular music, I don't know about you, but some music is triggering because it puts you in a place back when you heard it at a moment or this, and it makes you think of things that you shouldn't even be thinking about.
100%. I have that rule with Alan. That's a hard boundary that I have with him. Like, if he's going to listen to that music, like, there are songs that, yes, I used to enjoy and that I used to listen to, but then they trigger me
Yes.
because I remember where I was, what situation I was, and it's just like he's like, "It's just a song," and I'm like, "It's a
No.
song to you." For me, it's not a song because it's a part of my trauma. It's a part of, things that happened, and I cannot listen to things like that unless you wanna be miserable for the rest of the day,
Yeah,
then
because
that's
it's
on
gonna bring
you.
sometimes it bring things up and we don't even realize it.
'Cause it makes me angry because 'cause I'm
Yes.
like, "Oh, why are you enjoying that?" Like, and it's like, it's just yeah, I 100%.
Yes.